What's up, guys? Thank you for listening to the Overflow Podcast.
The name of this podcast is inspired by Psalms 23:5, where David talks about how his cup overflows with God's joy, mercy, and peace all throughout his life.
Each week, we'll be talking about how to live in the overflow of God, and we'll walk it out in our everyday lives, not just on Wednesdays and Sundays, but each and every day. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of the Overflow Podcast. I'm here with Zach, and yeah, he's my brother. So,
Zachary.
Yeah, like y'all know, my name's JJ.
I'm Mallory.
I'm Zach.
This is Zachary Miles Harkey. If y'all want the social security
Zachary.
number,
Why you saying my whole
His
name?
social security number
yeah,
will
I'll
be
give it to y'all.
listed below.
We'll put it in the description if you want it.
You probably don't even know it. You didn't even know my birthday last week.
JJ.
Nah, I
JJ.
was a day off. I was close. I thought it was the 31st because that's when Spider-Man came out, but it's the 30th.
I see.
Yeah, it's close enough.
Yeah, sure.
So Zach, you want to explain to the camera or the people watching what we'll be talking about because you decided it?
I was kind of saying like unity and like fellowship, stuff like that.
Okay.
Like unity in the church.
Yes, yeah, and getting like trying to form those connections and like
Well,
everybody wants to have a connection with somebody, and like we were just born to like try to want a connection with something.
mhm.
Yeah. I was gonna say, like, what does unity look like? Because unity isn't always just like getting along with each other.
Yeah.
Like, what does unity actually look like to you?
Well,
In Christ.
Well, I've kind of I've been on my own like journey lately. So
Mhm.
like I kept reading about how like Paul and what's his name?
Timothy,
No,
Moses.
Barnabas.
Oh,
Paul.
Yeah, it's Paul and some other dude he got into an argument with. This is his friend.
Okay.
And I don't remember, sorry. But him and him got into like an argument because Paul didn't want to bring along somebody, and then the other dude was like, "Yeah, we should," and they're like, "Well, I don't want to go with him," so they split up, and so they did their own ministries, but they didn't stop being friends. They didn't stop being like supporting each other in the ministry.
Yeah.
Like sometimes it's better for you to split, and sometimes it's better for like it's better just to do your own thing. Well, you can still support people by doing your own thing, but it doesn't mean that you hate each other because you split.
You're still brothers in Christ,
Right.
but doesn't mean. I mean, you're all still on two different paths of what God has called you to do. So yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
I was gonna say, like, something that I've noticed and some like I feel like we've talked about it a lot is like where unity is not, that means God's not there. So like if there's a place of disunity, like a church with a bunch of disunity,
Right.
then you kind of have to ask yourself, is God really there? Like, is the presence of God there?
Mhm.
Or are they more worried about the opinions of others, and are they more selfish than they are godly?
Yeah,
Godly. So
and a body can't work by itself.
yeah,
The head can't work while the foot's not working. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Yeah, the whole body has to be in unity with each other for the whole thing to work.
Exactly. Yeah. And kind of, whenever you told me the topic, the first thing that came to my head, was there. Okay, so for those who don't know the story of like Exodus and Moses, so Moses led the Israelites out of slavery from Egypt into the Promised Land, and it took a long time. But during that time, Moses and his brother Aaron were leading them out, and Moses decided to go up to the mountain and get the tablets, the 10 Commandments. And while he was up there, his brother was the second in charge. He was the second in charge. So while Moses went up there, Aaron became the first, right? So, and in that story, Aaron was like, yeah, it's okay. Let's build a calf. We're going to worship this God instead of the God that just saved us from slavery.
Yeah.
And so it kind of just makes me think like within fellowship, I think fellowship and unity has a big play with like who's in leadership as well within the church.
Yeah.
So like whoever is your pastor, whoever's leading you, does matter when it comes to unity and fellowship, because that's who's trying to keep y'all straight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's who's teaching y'all. So I don't know. It's just kind of something that I thought.
Yeah, there was a verse that says like, well, Jesus always compares us to sheep, and and sheep need like a shepherd. So whatever the shepherd does, the sheep usually follow. So
Yeah.
if the shepherd leads his sheep astray, then that's a lot of responsibility on the shepherd.
Yeah.
I think like unity is also something in my life I've learned like what unity looks like, especially in friendships and just like with certain people around me. I think that unity is also a picture of like who you truly are in the inside. Like if you can't have a relationship with like one of your friends and all y'all do is like you're just rude to each other, then are you really like unified in Christ?
Right.
I feel like unity with Christ kind of looks like a lot of sacrifice and a lot of kindness. Like,
Yeah.
A
lot of sorries. Like, just, I don't know. It's so hard. We're so prideful. It's so hard to say sorry.
Yeah.
I hate saying sorry.
So,
and it sounds bad to say, but it's just like.
Yeah.
A couple weeks ago, JJ kind of called me out on something. I was gossiping about somebody, and JJ called me out on it, and I was like, whatever. And I kept thinking about it, and I was like, dang, he's right. I shouldn't be gossiping about that. Like, because it's wrong. Gossip is like, it kills a church, and like it's good to have people like JJ in your life, like they'll call you out on your sins.
Yeah. Something I can like respect about him is that he knows how to like hold people accountable, and he does it in such like a good way. Like whenever I hold somebody accountable, I'm very honest. I'm like, you're gossiping. You need to stop. Like you're wrong. And he's like, hey, you probably shouldn't be doing this right now. Like he's very good at that.
But I gossip too, so like I don't want to be a hypocrite.
Yeah,
so
everybody
I do.
struggles with
But
that.
it's definitely, gossip's definitely been one of the like bigger things I've been working on lately. Just like, I don't know, just like hanging out with friends and stuff. There's easily things that can just bring up, and like us being us in a big family, there's so many different people we can go up to, and then there's like they talk about one person, and then you're in that conversation. It's like there's gossip, and it's just so easy. It's so accessible. I don't know, like, and I don't know. It's just hard, but
also like I think something that a lot of people see wrong is that unity means that you don't always have like some form of hurt feelings or discord, because like the truth can bring hurt feelings. Like I'm sure when he told you that, you probably were like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna slap you.
yeah.
Or at least you wanted to.
He was.
But like that's the whole point of accountability, is to be able to like say something and like you knew that he was right, but it still hurt.
Right.
But like you're not mad at him for it.
Yeah.
I think that that's also something that's like perceived wrong with unity, is that everything has to be like happy-go-lucky.
Yeah, like a lot of people talk about we need accountability until someone keeps you accountable.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I hate what's me out. It's kind of like embarrassing in a way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's kind of just like I don't want to be here no more.
Yeah.
But I guess like in your alone time, you can just like Zach, it makes you think. I don't know. It sucks being held accountable, but we do need to be held accountable. We do need to hold people accountable.
Yeah, and a lot of times that's why accountability partners kind of don't. It fails a lot because sometimes somebody will call you out, or the other person is too scared to call them out, and it doesn't work. Yeah. But for an accountability partner to work, you have to call them out, and you have to like keep each other accountable.
And it has to be in the right spirit, though. Like you're not gonna. Like, I wouldn't call you out and me do that to, like, intentionally, like, embarrass you or hurt you. Like, it would be from a place of trying to, like, allow you to see what you don't see in yourself.
It's all about growing more godlike.
So,
sanctification, yeah.
So, while we're on this topic of, like, fellowship community and accountability, especially, so I'm not going to call anyone out, but, so So I've been struggling with keeping someone accountable, and it's kind of, I just feel like it's not working. You know what I mean? So like, what advice would y'all give me, like on the spot? I don't know, because other than like, I know praying, because once you tell them, I mean, you can't really do nothing else. I don't know.
It's kind of like that saying, you can lead a horse to water, you can't make it drink.
Yeah.
All you can do is just keep praying, keep encouraging him.
I think we have a very consistent God, and I think we're called to be very consistent people.
Right.
And God expects that in our prayer. And so as long as you're consistent in prayer, even though they might not be consistently friends with you, then God will be consistent in his answers. Even though it doesn't feel like it, God will always provide, and God will always find a way to show that person his presence, even though it may not feel like it right now.
Yeah.
And maybe you don't know, like maybe God really is working in their life, and you just don't see that.
Yeah.
Sometimes it takes a long time.
Yeah.
It does.
It does.
Like there's this one lady at my work. I'm continuously always daily praying for her. And I mean, I don't see like that my prayers are working in her life.
Yeah.
But one day I might, and I'm not gonna stop that. And like there's a I can't remember where I read this, but somebody said that you have to continuously go to God, almost like it's like so much so that it's embarrassing. Like
Yeah.
you have to go to God so much that like you want to prove to him that you want it.
Mm-hmm.
And also like that kind of reminds me of like fasting. A lot of people don't really like to fast that much, and for some reason it's not really that popular nowadays. But to show God that you're being like really like to show God that you're meaning what you want, then fasting is like a really good way to show God that you mean what you want.
Like you mean business.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Exactly.
We were just connected.
But yeah, I mean, you mean business. Like it's like you've been sitting in a waiting season, a season of nothing, and there's just nothing going on, and you're like, I don't know, you may be sitting inside the same sin, sitting in the same spot where you don't want to be, and you just feel like you want to show God, like, okay, I'm here, and I'm gonna worship you, and I'm gonna serve you wholeheartedly. So I'm gonna fast something that I've been putting over you. It doesn't have to be food. It could be your phone. It could be Rocket League or something.
Rocket.
There, like sometimes we try to go to God so much. Like sometimes when we don't feel like our prayers being answered, we might reach out to other things that could to connect to. Like a lot of people, like I saw this study. A lot of people is like trying to go more to ChatGPT and like get their answers, like from that, and just like some people even like they have full on conversations with them.
Yeah.
Okay, but sometimes I do that like
conversations.
But I'll just be doing that like in class when I'm bored.
Well, nah, that's still a little weird. You know what I found out recently?
I tried to convert it to Christianity.
AI uses water.
Oh my goodness!
How does that work?
Huh?
AI uses water.
Oh, it's because the data centers, they're trying to pull them off of the water.
But they're in water?
No, it's the
what?
The data centers are cooled by water.
But all that water?
The math isn't mathing.
But like people are talking about like how it's using like a lot of water. How does that even work?
Because it continuously cycles.
How many data centers are there though?
I don't know.
That's crazy.
I don't know.
Okay, anyways.
Yeah, we got
back to unity. So I was gonna ask, like earlier, whenever you're talking about like unity in the church, how do you think that that's like a good witness to unbelievers?
When you go to a church and like okay, so whenever I go to a different church, this is like how I can tell like if it's a good church or not, if they're actually welcoming. Because like sometimes I'll go to a church and they'll look at me and they're like, "What the heck are you doing here?" And like you can tell that like they're not unified because like they're not happy about something in the church, they're not happy about new people come in,
Mm-hmm.
like they like almost like a spirit of hostility almost.
Yeah.
Yeah. And one time we went to this one Easter egg hunt. And it's it's close to Easter and everything, so it kind of reminded me of that. But we went to this one Easter egg hunt, and these people were so nice. Like they were really encouraging of us to like come back, and they were like really saying like, oh, come and do these games, and like they just really welcomed us with open arms.
Yeah.
I can definitely like testify to that. Like you can really see unity in a church because I went to one of my friends' church. Well, I've been there twice, but like whenever I walked in the first time, like as soon like my first step in the door, somebody was like, "Oh my gosh, hey, how are you?" And I was like, "I'm good." And they were like, "Did somebody invite you?" I was like, "Yeah." And so then like the next step I took, my friend was there, and then after that, like 3 more people came up to me. And then whenever I went back the next time, it was like I belonged there. Like that I was meant to be like at that place, you know? Like I wasn't new. Everybody was talking to me. It's just like a very welcoming place to be. It's a very nice place to be welcome.
It's because our like flesh loves to be accepted by people.
Yeah.
And it's just a good like welcome goes a long way. Like Zach's my brother, and I've spoke to Mallory about this. Me and Zach's been to like every church in North Carolina at this point. Like, I feel like I'm not even joking.
I've probably only been to 3 churches like throughout my life, and he's been to like we'll be in Charlotte, and he'll be like, "Oh, he's like, oh yeah, I've been there," and I'm like, "Oh,
yeah." Okay. We've tested out churches for like pretty much my whole
years and years.
So like me and him both know exactly what it means for a church to come up to us, ask us things, our life, like what are we doing here, like do we already have a home church and stuff like that. And just like being welcome goes a long way. So if you're watching this and you're someone who doesn't welcome someone to youth group, to their discipleship class, to just the regular service, I really encourage you to, if you see someone that you've never seen, even if they say that they've already been, just welcome. Because last week I usually go to the 8:30 service, but I slept in, right? So I went to the 11 a.m. service, and this guy came up to me, and I've never seen him before. He's never seen me, but I've been going to this church, Anthony Grove, for like 6 years now.
Yeah, 6.
6 or 7 years,
bro.
About 6 years, and he came up to me and he was asking me like, because I was sitting alone, so I was already kind of like
feeling awkward.
I was kind of awkward, even though I've already been here. I was sitting alone, so I was awkward. And he came up to me, shook my hand. He was like, "What's my name? Do I already have a church? Am I coming to visit?" And it felt welcoming to me. So that like I really appreciated that, even though I've already come here. And it's just nice to see that there's still people doing that. And it just goes like such a long way.
Yeah. And it takes a lot of courage to like walk into a church, because a lot of times people think that churches are a place of judgment.
Yeah,
and it shouldn't feel like that.
Yeah.
And so like whenever you welcome somebody, it doesn't feel like a place of judgment anymore. Like their walls are down, they feel safe. And I think that that's just so important to make that known, like that we're a welcoming church and that we want people here, not that people are an inconvenience if they come.
Sorry.
No, sorry. I was going to ask, do you remember whenever you first started youth?
Yeah. I'm not throwing shade at the youth. I'm very introverted. Actually, I think Mary Grace came up to me my very first time.
I feel like this is weird because I feel like I remember that moment. I don't know why.
Really?
Was it in the multi-purpose room?
It was in the multi-purpose room.
Yeah, I feel like I remember that moment.
Mary Grace is the only one who came up to me, which is weird because she's a girl, and usually like the guys will go to the guys.
Yeah, but Mary Grace is Mary Grace.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying though, because usually the guys will go to the guys. But Mary Grace came up to me, and that was nice. But I'm very introverted, so I hate going up to people and talking to new people. But y'all know Will, he was in our second to last podcast. I came up to him and asked him to join our youth, and he's really involved with our youth. So just like going up to someone and welcoming them can go such a long way.
Yeah, it really can.
It reminds me of that story. Like, so I don't know if anybody knows Emily, but like Emily's very like sometimes it's like she's kind of introverted, but then she's like extroverted at the same time.
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
She is like that.
I understand
But
her.
so JJ and Chi Chi was sitting by themselves, right? And she came up to him and she said, "Hey, you losers! Why don't you come sit over here with me?"
Yeah, I remember that.
I
So
love her.
don't call somebody a loser, but also invite them to come sit with you and make them feel welcome.
First time ever speaking to her, she just called us losers. I didn't know like
You look like a bunch of
what she
losers.
meant by that, but
It's okay. I'm sure she meant it in a good way.
yeah. I think there's a lot of times people like to have their own pews, their own friend groups, their own family next to them.
Yeah.
But and I've felt the same way before. Like we sit next to the thermostat,
Yeah.
right?
We have a specific pew. The one
With
at
your
the
family,
thermostat.
and then now with our family, they sit more in the back. So
Yeah.
it's like specific pews, and sometimes we like to think like, oh, they're in our pew. What are they doing? Let's
Yeah.
fight them or something. Like we're in church,
Yeah.
but
I hit him with my
I don't know.
bulletin.
there's just a lot of things where we get into our own head, thinking like, this is what I want, because I don't know. It's just we're so selfish and prideful. We just need to get rid of that and be welcoming and allow others into the church and yeah, I don't know.
Okay. Anyways, y'all, you got anything else to say?
No, sorry, I just kind of
Why
yapping.
did you get so awkward?
I don't know. I was just yapping. I don't know. I went off a little bit. Okay, that's
Cut
it.
that out.
If y'all wanna,
And it's Palm Sunday.
oh yeah, it's Palm Sunday.
Yeah, Zach didn't return his palm print.
Oops.
You're supposed to give it back.
I didn't
But,
mean
Thief.
to.
Next week is Easter, so we'll give y'all a top. Actually, yeah, next week we're gonna be talking something about something like Easter. I don't know, something like that. So if you still want to email us a topic, it'll be right here. And thank you. We'll see you next time. Peace.